exploitation, torture, killing, abduction, denial of democracy and fundamental rights of the people, freedom of press and speech, as well as social justice, and thereupon established dictatorship by forming Bakshal. The then Awami League government led by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman planned in connivance with a neighboring country to weaken and abolish our glorious army and thus formed Rakhi Bahini, an armed organized parallel to the army. In the like way, after coming to the power in 2008, accused Sheikh Hasina's government committed the same acts like torture, abduction, killing, false prosecution, imprisoning, confinement, enforced disappearances, so dominated judiciary, restricted the freedom of press and freedom of speech. Sheikh Hasina oppressed the critics, writers, journalists, members of civil societies, lawyers and judges, and ousted many of them from the country. The then Chief Justice Sheikh S.K. Sinha, eminent writer and journalist as well as historian Mahmudur Rahman, politician and journalist Pinaki Bhattacharya, Shafiq Rahman, Ilyas Hussain, Kanak Sarwar, Mushfiqul Fadl Ansari, Oliullah Numan, Shahid Alam, Jawad Nirjor, Tasneem Khalil, Julkarnain Shaer, Barrister Abdul Razzaq were driven out of the country for speaking the truth and criticizing the government's misrule, oppression and loopholes. In 2008, with Sheikh Hasina's conspiracy as that of her father, 57 senior army officers, while an deputation in Bangladesh Border Guard, that is BGB, were killed in an official congregation of Pilkhana BGB headquarters by the Awami League leaders and loyal army officers. Thereafter no action was taken against those killers. In 2013, the law enforcers and the ruling party activists killed hundreds of innocent young and underage madrasa students in a congregation arranged by Islamic organization Hifazat-e-Islam at Shapla Chattor, Dhaka, without any cogent reasons, and thereafter no action was taken against the killers. For perpetuating her power, accused Sheikh Hasina politicized judiciary, army, law enforcing agencies, bureaucracies and all other departments and made them subservient of herself and her government. With the ulterior motive of remaining in power for long, Sheikh Hasina obtaining a verdict from the court given by her loyal judges headed by Chief Justice A.B.M. Khairul Haq, now in jail, abolished the most popular and well-settled electoral system under caretaker government, held an expert election in 2014, ignoring the participation and demands of the opposition parties, and in that election 153 candidates of the ruling party Awami League were elected without any vote. Again, a farcical election was held in 2018, in which ballot boxes were filled up in the night preceding the day of election, without carrying the demands of the opposition parties for holding election by a caretaker government for the sake of security, fairness and transparency. Accused Sheikh Hasina held another farcical ex-party election known as dummy election in January 2024 without allowing the political parties to participate. In 2024, the student launched a movement claiming reformation in the quota system in government jobs. They particularly demanded reduction of quota to 5% from 56%. Instead of fulfilling the demand of the students or speaking with them on the issue, Sheikh Hasina, in a press conference on 14 July 2024, made a derogatory comment pointing towards the students of Kota movement, saying, "Muktijuddhar nati putira chakri pabe na to ki Rajakarer nati putira chakri pabe." Whereupon the student of Dhaka University got extremely agitated and assembled at Raju Bhaskurja in front of TSC of Dhaka University, where they protested against Sheikh Hasina's humiliating comment and demanded her apology. Meanwhile, Awami League Secretary and Cabinet Minister Obaidul Kader and Chhatra League Yuva League leaders stated in their party meeting that Chhatra League was enough to control the protesting students, and thus the agitation spread out in all other educational institutes throughout the country. The armed activists of Chhatra League and Yuva League attacked all on a sudden upon the protesting students with deadly weapons at the midnight, causing 297 of them injured and hospitalized. Moreover, the said terrorists hindered the injured students from going to the hospital, and furthermore, they also attacked the injured students in the hospital. From 16 July 2024, the Chhatra League and Yuva League terrorists, along with the law enforcers, killed and injured many students at various parts of the country. On 16 July 2024, as part of the widespread and systematic attack, student Abu Said of Rangpur Begum Ruqayya University was repeatedly shot at a close range by police, causing his death and also injured many protesting students. Accused Sheikh Hasina ordered the law enforcers and the activists of Awami League, Chhatra League and Yuva League to use drone, helicopter, lethal weapons to kill the protesters, and accordingly, from 18 July to 1st August 2024, they killed hundreds of protesters and injured thousands throughout the country by using drone, helicopter and various types of lethal weapons. As part of the widespread and systematic attack, in pursuance of the incitement and order of accused Sheikh Hasina and direct participation, abatement order and supervision of accused Asaduzaman Khan Kamal and Inspector General of Police Chaudhry Abdullah Mamun, 6 protesters were brutally killed and many were seriously injured with lethal weapon by police at Sankarpur on 5th August 2024. Similarly, the law enforcers and activists of Awami League, Chhatra League and Yuva League killed 6 persons at Ashulia with lethal weapons on 5th August 2024. One of the 6 was unidentified. After being shot dead, police inhumanly burned the dead bodies. Before being burned, the dead body, unidentified protesters was alive. The learned chief prosecutor submitted that the family members of the martyrs, the injured victims and other witnesses proved the opposite occurrences. The said occurrences were also recorded in videos and audios which have been played in the tribunal. The conversations recorded in DVD, CD and the videos of the occurrences have been examined by the CID experts, who found that the said conversations and videos are not generated by artificial intelligence. In addition to the incitement, order, participation of the accused in the alleged atrocities, the accused are liable for their abstention from taking measures for the prevention of the same or taking any punitive measures against the doers thereof. Being the Prime Minister, accused Sheikh Hasina was the supreme commander of the law enforcing agencies, inclusive of the Home Minister and the Inspector General of Police, and as such, the crimes against humanity in question could not take place without the involvement, express or tacit of them. The learned Chief Prosecutor added that the movement of the students continued for 36 days, during which, as stated herein before, hundreds of protesting students and common people were killed and thousands were seriously injured, most of whom became permanently handicapped and blind. But accused Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and the other accused and none of the government authorities or the leaders of the ruling party Awami League expressed concern or remorse for such atrocities so far. Accused Sheikh Hasina, instead of expressing remorse or seeking apology for the said crimes, continued to commit further crimes by threatening the present government, the International Crimes Tribunal personnel and the prosecutors, and also the political party leaders in her hate speeches in audio conversations from time to time. This tribunal, by an order on the application of the prosecution, prohibited Sheikh Hasina to be restrained from making hate speeches anymore, but she continued to do so. Sheikh Hasina committed contempt of this tribunal by threatening the concerned officials of the government as well as the tribunal personnel, inclusive of the prosecutors, to kill 226 persons and burn the houses of the rival party leaders and activists in an audio conversation with one of her party activists, for which the tribunal drew a contempt proceeding against her. In the said proceeding, the tribunal convicted Sheikh Hasina and sentenced her with 6 months imprisonment. The accused committed crimes against humanity jointly by their incitement, order, abatement, participation and inaction, which come within the purview of joint criminal enterprise and superior command responsibility. The authorities in question were widespread and systematic and was atrocities. The atrocities in question were widespread and systematic, and it was directed against the civilian population. The learned Chief Prosecutor concluded his submission with the saying that in the circumstances it has been proved and established beyond reasonable doubt that the accused committed the crimes against humanity by their incitement, order, participation, abatement and also inaction, whereupon they deserve the maximum punishment as prescribed by Section 3, subsection 2, A, G, H and Section 4, subsection 1, subsection 2A, 4.2b, 4.2c and 4.3 of the International Crimes Tribunal Act 1973. He added that the evidences against the accused are so strong and adequate that if they are tried in any other court or tribunal in the world, they would be awarded the maximum punishment. It may be noted here that the learned prosecutor, Mr. Sheikh Mahdi, assisted the Chief Prosecutor by referring a number of decisions of different international tribunals. In the summing up session, the learned Attorney General of Bangladesh appeared and shared the concluding submission. In his submission, the learned Attorney General referred to the conviction and sentence of many of the heads of government and states in the world for their commission of crimes against humanity, and thereupon he asked for awarding maximum punishment to the accused of the instant case so that no other Prime Minister or the head of state recur such atrocities in the days to come. Summing up by the learned State Defence, Mr. Amir Hussain, the learned State Defence Council, argued that Accused Sheikh Hasina and Asaduzzaman Kamal are quite innocent. The accused did not incite or order or participate or abet the commission of the crimes against humanity in question. The trial itself against the accused under the International Crimes Tribunal Act 1973 is unlawful since the act was passed for the purpose of trial of the persons who committed genocide in 1971. Allegedly, the atrocities spread throughout the country, but the prosecution failed to examine witnesses of all the districts where atrocities took place. The Learned Defense Council submitted that no helicopter was used to kill the protesting students and public in the July-August movement 2024. The audio conversations in question have not been duly examined by the experts. Although the audios have been examined by CID, the same should have been examined by some more experts. He questioned the prosecution's claim as to the number of the deaths and injured. He stated that although the prosecution claimed that 1,500 protesters died and 25,000 injured, but the Gazette notifications of the government shows the number of dead protesters as about 800. He emphatically asserted that accused Sheikh Hasina did neither incite nor order nor take part in the alleged atrocities or crimes against humanity. Mr. Amir Hussain vehemently opposed the words of the learned chief prosecutor terming Sheikh Hasina and Asaduzzaman Kamal as fascist. He also opposed the assertion of the learned chief prosecutor that Sheikh Hasina fled to Delhi due to the commission of the crimes against humanity by the wave of the mass movement. Rather, she was compelled to depart the country against her will. The Learned State Defense Council argued that the attack in question was neither widespread nor systematic nor directed against the civilian population. The Learned State Defense Council further submitted that the accused Sheikh Hasina and Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal cannot be held liable for joint criminal enterprise or superior command responsibility. He finally submitted that accused Sheikh Hasina and Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal are quite innocent and as such they deserve to be acquitted of the charges. Now, the Honorable Chairman of the Tribunal, Mr. Justice Ghulam Murtuza Chaudhary, will read out the final portion of the judgment, including the observation.
Thank you. Thank you. I will start with some matters of judicial notice. And before that, I am sorry that I did not mention the name of learned prosecutor Abdus Subhan, Mr. Abdus Subhan Tarabdar. Sometimes he was found here. I think he remains busy in this tribunal too. Sorry? So, and he was seen sometimes here to assist us. So, our thanks to him as well. We have taken judicial notice of some incidents. Number 1, accused Sheikh Hasina started making contemptuous and hate speeches in the social media subsequent to the July movement 2024, whereupon she was ordered by this tribunal to be restrained from such speeches of contempt and hatred. Secondly, in a telephonic conversation with a party activist named Mr. Shakil, accused Sheikh Hasina, infringing tribunal's order, made some hateful and contemptuous remarks, asking said activist Shakil to kill 226 persons, as 226 cases have been filed against her, and to burn the houses of the rival people, whereupon this tribunal convicted her for contempt of the tribunal and sentenced her to 6 months imprisonment. Another one, the tribunal has further noticed one of her interviews published in the Daily Star a few days ago. The date has not been noted here, in which she impliedly admitted that atrocities had certainly taken place in July movement 2024, but she denied that she ordered to commit such atrocities. It has further been noticed by the tribunal that in another interview with a YouTube channel named Desh Samoy of India, accused Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina admitted her responsibility for the July 24 atrocities in the words, within quotation, as the leader of the country, I assume ultimate leadership responsibility. Furthermore, we have noticed that Sheikh Hasina made an interview with Daily Anandabazar of India on 7 November 25, wherein she admitted her superior command responsibility. So you may find the newspapers. Now I will start with our observations and inference. From the foregoing findings, facts and circumstances, it transpires that the students of Dhaka University and other academic institutions had launched a movement on 1 July 2024 demanding reformation in the quota system in the government jobs and continued the same till 5 August 2024. The government did not pay heed to the demands of the students. Instead of listening to the students and fulfilling their demands, the then Prime Minister, accused Sheikh Hasina, undermined the movement and made a derogatory remark pointing towards the students, terming them Rajakars. The term is an objurgation. In Bangla, this is a gali. In her words, Mukti Joddha Natiputira Chakri pabe na to Rajakarer Natiputira pabe. As the aftermath of aforesaid objurgation and the derogatory remark of accused Sheikh Hasina, the students, including female students who were at the forefront of Dhaka University, burst into a rage and assembled at the Raju Bhaskarya in front of TSC of Dhaka University and vehemently protested against the said objurgation and defamatory words of Sheikh Hasina, and also demanded her apology and withdrawal of the said words. In the night following 14 July 2024, accused Sheikh Hasina held a telephonic conversation with Dhaka University Vice Chancellor ASM Maqsood Kamal, and in course of the conversation, Sheikh Hasina said, রাজাকারদের তো ফাঁসি দিয়েছি, এবার তোদেরও তাই করব, একটাও ছাড়ব না, আমি বলে দিচ্ছি। Rajakars have been hanged. Now they also will be hanged. None will be spared. I have already ordered. This is the translation. She again said, রাজাকারদের কি অবস্থা হয়েছে দেখিস নাই, সবগুলোকে ফাঁসি দিছি, এইবার তোদেরও ছাড়ব না। In the said conversation, Sheikh Hasina further said, আমি বলে দিচ্ছি আজকে সহ্য করার পর অ্যারেস্ট করবে, ধরে নেবে এবং যা অ্যাকশন নেওয়ার নেবে। And it is crystal clear that Sheikh Hasina expressed her incitement to the activists of her party Awami League and affiliates, Chhatra League and Yuva League, and also gave provocation to the protesters, and furthermore she expressed that she ordered to kill and eliminate the protesting students. The concerned pen drive CD containing the above conversation as well as the transcript thereof have been submitted in the tribunal. In addition to the above, on 15/7/2024, Awami League Secretary and Cabinet Minister Ubaidul Qadir made another provocative remark, saying, Andolon Domane Chhatra League is যথেষ্ট. Chhatra League is enough to control the movement. Whereupon the protesting students of Dhaka University burst into anger and vehemently protested against Sheikh Hasina, Ubaidul Qadir and the government. The activists of Chhatra League, Yuva League attacked the protesting students with various deadly weapons and severely injured hundreds of them, whereupon they had to be hospitalized. The attackers impeded the injured students proceeding to the hospital and also impeded their treatment. Moreover, the attackers made further attacks upon the students undergoing treatment in the hospital. In consequence of the above noted incitements of Sheikh Hasina, in the press conference on 14 July 2024, her order to kill them as revealed in her conversation on the following